It's okay. So my name is Kelsey Huber. I'm the store manager of North Peak Plaza Starbucks. It is in Roswell. Our store number is 3356. We are part of Area 9, which is part of the Pacific Northwest region. I've been a store manager for 5 years.
All right, and could you please tell us a little bit about the history of your business?
So the history of this store, I've been at North Peak Plaza for just a little over a year. Obviously, this store has been around for just about 10 years. Coming from when it first opened to where it is now, it's gone through a lot of growth. We are considered by Starbucks standards, we are considered a high volume drive-through. High volume starts at over $40,000 a week. So we do see almost a little over 1,200 people a day. So that's quite a lot compared to a small lobby store without a drive-through. So we have two different channels. We have the lobby and we have the drive-through. And we are what we call a 50-50 split. So we see 50% of our business in the drive-through and 50% of our business in the cafe, which is very unusual for a drive-through. So we are currently still high volume, but there have been some changes in the area. New stores have opened up that have taken a little bit of our business. So.
And could you tell her you just mentioned the other stores opening up. Aside from the other Starbucks, since they're all under the same corporation, could you tell us your other main competitors that you have?
Yeah, actually, it's really interesting. A lot of people don't realize that McDonald's is actually one of our biggest competitors. I don't know if you see duplications of different variations of our beverages or their beverages, or we're all competing for the same kind of customer. So we are food service, so any type of business that does food and coffee and any other kind of beverage, we don't just do coffee. We are fighting for our customers every day. But the way we fight for them is different than the way we do it is a little bit different than some other businesses.
And along those lines, could you tell us how you differentiate your products at Starbucks?
Yeah, so one of the things that has always set us apart is our coffee business, but we also have really taken we're grabbing for a food business, so food is very, very important to us right now. So it is one of our biggest focuses every year. Because of competitors such as looking for that lunch crowd, that maybe people come here in the morning for breakfast but will come back for lunch. So competing with McDonald's or even places like Quiznos or Subway, or we're all fighting for the same customers.
And along the terms of this store and also maybe corporate-wide, what are your pricing strategies for your drinks and food items?
Yeah, so obviously some of the way that the pricing strategy works is based off of market. It's also based off of cost of goods. So we have seen an increase in certain things and a decrease in other things. So we're just about to raise prices again a little bit coming up, but only on specific products. So specific products that require more expensive cost of goods. So milk is always a big determiner of pricing. Beans for us, so where we're sourcing them from, how much that costs. Thinking just about paper products and all of those things that we have to use to be able to make our beverages. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen get really expensive. You think about if you go to the grocery store and you notice wow, yesterday I spent $2 for a gallon of milk and today it's $2.50. That's gonna affect how we price what we're serving, because we're doing it on a global scale. So when we're buying 48 gallons of 2% milk specifically a day, that's a lot of money. So it does affect our pricing if it's the main part of our beverage bill.
And with that, I know that the rewards program has become more and more popular, and that Starbucks is trying to get more and more people to go along with that, what kind of incentive do you think that brings for customers to buy their coffee here versus somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, think about loyalty, right? So anytime you're going to get something for free, it's going to entice you to spend a little bit more. You might buy an extra breakfast sandwich when you wouldn't, because you're like, oh, but I need to spend another $2.50 and then I get something free, and then I can get something free that's really expensive. So the way that we do it is you don't get something that is the same value. You can get something that's crazy more expensive. So it definitely is an incentive. I mean, for me, it's one of the reasons I go to Starbucks. I know I go to Starbucks on my day off. It's not only when I'm working. So I'm just as much of I buy in just as much as everybody else.
And for you, you've worked for the company for how many years?
12.
12. And how is the, not just the rewards, but how have, the customer service and stuff like that affected the change in Starbucks? How's that changed?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really interesting. So even since Howard Schultz took back over in 2008, so there was a period of time when Howard Schultz, who is the CEO of Starbucks, he came back in 2008, and just a lot of the things that we have focused on as a company since then has been huge. So the investment in training, the investment in making sure that everything is to a specific standard, so that when you guys go to a Starbucks here and you go to a Starbucks in downtown Seattle and then you go to one in Portland, Oregon, your experience should be the same, so that you know what you're getting, so that you feel comfortable going, feel confident going that you're going to get the same thing every time. So customer service is huge for us. Howard Schultz always says that we're not in the coffee business, we are in the people business. So I think that is usually one of the things that separates us from our competitors.
And then what are your long-term and short-term goals for this store since you are now here?
Yeah. So this store right now, our biggest focus is just retaining the customers that we have. So because of being a little bit cannibalized by other branches of Starbucks, we need all the business that we can. We're not losing a lot of business, but just enough that we are not growing at this point. So the goal every year is obviously to comp year over year, and right now we're not doing that. So it's a little bit expected, but that means we can still have some control. We don't have to let them all go to the other store, right? So we just work that much harder to keep the customers that we have now.
And can you tell us a little about, I know you were talking earlier about the fiscal year starting in this coming, holiday season.
Starbucks does a little bit different. So a lot of corporations will start their fiscal year in January, like at the start of the year. Starbucks actually starts our fiscal year October 1st. So our biggest season is holiday. It's when we see the most customers. It's when we see the newest customers. It's when we have that magical time when we have the red cups and we have eggnog and we have all of that delicious yummy stuff. So that we actually start our year the strongest. So the rest of the year, the following 3 quarters, we don't have to work as hard to attain those numbers because we've started off the year so strong. So that's always a really interesting thing. It's very counter culture for most businesses.
And being the manager of such a busy Starbucks and one that has a drive-thru and is considered a high-flying Starbucks, what is your advice to somebody who's looking to start their own business, like a small business or a corporation or something like that?
Yeah, I think that a lot of it is just really trying to understand what kind of an environment you are looking to create, what kind of environment you're working in. So your community is really important to know. So for us, we are not necessarily a community store. We're surrounded by a lot of businesses, so our customer is going to expect something a little bit different than a store where maybe people are going to actually sit and bring their family and they want to have leisurely conversations. A lot of our customers just want to get in and get out. They like it to be friendly, but they also want it to be very fast. So we have a little bit different take on that. I have worked in a store, so just knowing where your customers are at, but also understanding how important organization is, how important it is to hire the right people, not to just hire bodies, but to hire people who are passionate about what your vision is, and just also knowing the numbers, knowing how much things cost, and how much waste affects how much other things cost, and all of those factors. So being able to really determine that, I think, is important.
And you were in one of the questions you were earlier talking about like trade and how we get our beans from separate areas in the world. How do you think that's affected like how Starbucks looks as a company from the outside and like how trade is?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I just had a conversation with somebody who isn't a huge Starbucks fan, because as we've been known for over roasting our beans, so our flavor profile is a lot different. But what she said was she actually went to Costa Rica and she went to a coffee farm. She's like, until she found out that all of our practices and the way that we treat our farmers and the way that we help families and how we help them through like years and years, a span of helping generations of farmers and their families who are so dedicated to giving us the highest quality beans. She's like, that meant something for me as a company. So I think ethically sourcing is really huge, and just also thinking about that's how you would want to be known as a business owner, is to be proud of your product, to be able to stand by something that meant something to somebody else.
And with that, you've been here for 12 years, so what's kept you here, and what are some of your favorite things about this company?
I will say one of the biggest things that this company has going for it is the way that it treats its employees. So we are one of the only employers to be able to give benefits to people who work part-time. We offer tuition assistance. I mean, when I was going through college, I benefited by working at Starbucks and also getting tuition reimbursement when I was going to UW, which was great. But also, I mean, you think about 401k, you think about just the way that they treat their employees, right? We want to protect your work-life balance, we want to protect your schedule, we want to protect just the environment that you're working in, and the culture that we've created is just, it's unlike most other retail stores. So, I mean, I've been here for 12 years. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. So, yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, in addition to that, because I was actually always wondering this, what do you do if like your food and things have not been purchased? What do you do?
Yeah. So for us, it's always it's a bigger issue, right? So, like right now we have, we have seasonal beverages. We have something seasonal, right? So we project that maybe it's gonna be popular, but we can't foresee how popular. So then all of a sudden we're out of something. That's not always the best. I wouldn't say that's awesome. People are craving a pumpkin scone and it's not even Christmas yet and we're still out of pumpkin scone. That doesn't make sense, right? Something that we have to really be diligent on. But it is on a very large scale. So I'm not making pumpkin scones in the back. They're being sent to us. So, but that also goes to a warehouse and it goes back to, projected plans. It goes back to when we think about every time we have a planning period, so we're going into FY17 for holiday, and that was planned 2 years ago. So they've been planning for this for 2 years, so there's only so much catch up you can do once the ball's rolling. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and I also am wondering, so do you guys ever have meetings with other Starbucks within the city, the county?
Yeah, actually, so we are in a district, so my district has 12 stores. Then we are also part of Area 9. So Area 9 goes, there's I want to say maybe 7 districts in Area 9, and they all have between 11 and 14 stores. So I meet with my district at least once a month as a group. And then we have Area 9 summits quarterly. So every 3 months I sit in the room with my regional director. I see my district manager pretty often. He was here yesterday. And then all of my peers in Area 9. So that's 300 of us that we get together every 3 months or so. So I see a lot. So it's where you learn from what successful people are doing, which is always fun. Some questions?
How economy in general could affect your business in the short term and long term?
How do I? Yeah, so economy does affect us. So a lot of people think of Starbucks and like if you think about your coffee, right? If you were to be laid off or something like that, coffee is always seen as a luxury. So what has been interesting as our economy has fluctuated, people who would come 3 times a day are only coming once a day. But it doesn't always mean, I have seen there are still people who will still come even though the economy is hard because they don't just come for the coffee, they're coming for the experience. And so they just might come infrequently or less frequently. They also might change their order a little bit. So our business, does trend with the economy, but we're obviously still here, so we do okay. And then when things are good, people might come 3 times a day.
That's someone placing like their satisfaction of their experience at Starbucks over their satisfaction somewhere else.
Yeah, totally. You can really get a cup of coffee anywhere, but not always. You can't get the same experience with a cup of coffee. You're not going to get the same experience at 7-Eleven that you're going to get here. Does that answer your question a little bit?
I know the big thing with companies right now is how you guys affect the environment. What is the best thing about Starbucks and what are you guys doing to contribute towards environmental factors?
Yeah, so one of the things that we are actually doing a lot of work on, it's a really slow journey, but really talking about recycling, really talking about composting, really talking about how we are affecting, like what we're using, what products we use to be able to even just, like kind of the containers that we use, to the cups we use, what kind of recyclable material can we use, and then how are we as operators, what are we doing, but knowing that, I'm a part of a business park, so I have a property manager, and they determine what we're allowed, what kind of services come to pick up here. So you might get cardboard recycling, but you're not going to get all recycling. Maybe we don't have someone that's going to come pick up a compost for us. So those are all really big problems to solve right now, but we're trying to make very conscious decisions, but a lot of that starts with a lot of research and just really seeing what are the obstacles that are getting in the way of us really having a bigger impact on the environment. Yeah, we're trying. It's slow, but we're trying.
Alright, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anytime.
It was great talking to you.
Thank you.
Thanks.